Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ashok IT. My name is Ashok. Today we are here to discuss about Java real-time tools. That is part two of our course. Right. Please confirm. All of you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Please
Yes,
confirm.
sir.
All
Yes,
of you
sir.
able to confirm my screen?
Okay, okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very
Yes.
good. Excellent. Guys, as I told that we have a free batch for spring from 4th March at 5:30 p.m. Please register for that course and inform to your friends to register in our website. Okay, good. That complete course, 2 months course is free of cost. Anybody can attend for that spring. Zoom details also available here. Please share that information to your friends as well.
So
All
is
right.
this free for whole class,
Anybody.
sir?
Yeah, complete batch is free till from first day
Okay.
to last day. Okay. All right. Fine. Guys, let's start discussion. In yesterday's session, we discussed about real-time tools overview. Real-time tools overview. So for project development, we need to use several tools in order to manage the project in the real time. In order to maintain the project in the real time, we need to use several tools. What are the tools that we are going to cover in our course also discussed in the last session? Almost 20 plus tools we are going to cover as part of this part 2 in our Java real-time project training. So in the part 2, we will learn the tools, and in the part 3 and part 4 of the course, we are going to use these tools in our mini projects development as well as in the major project development. All good. Now, today I'm going to start with build tools. The first tool that we are going to discuss is build tool. Now, so could you please tell me what is build tool? Could you please tell me what is build tool?
Basically,
What is
compiling
build tool and why we need to
it
use the
download it
build tool?
download dependencies which are required automatically.
Yeah, Josna, please stop your camera. Good. Now, so we are going to use build tools. First, let me tell you what are the challenges that we need to face if we don't use the build tools in the
Build tools.
project. We need to create a project folder structure. We need to create a project folder structure. Every project will have a same folder structure, or based on the type of the project, folder structure will be different. Based
Depends
on the
upon the
type of
type
the
of
project,
project.
based on the type of the project, folder structure is going to be different. We
Different.
need to create project folder structure. Okay, and we need to download. We need to download required jar files for project. Okay, if you want to create a project by using Spring Framework, then you should download Spring jar files and you need to add to build path. Okay, right. We need to download required jar files for the project. In my project, I want to use Spring and Hibernate. So I should visit the Spring website and I should identify the Spring version and I need to download those jars. Similarly, I want to use Hibernate in my project. I should visit a Hibernate official website and I need to download Hibernate jar files required for my project. We should add we should add jar files to project build path. Okay, after downloading those jars, we need to add the jar files to project build path. Good. Now, after adding the jar files to the build path, we will create our components. We will create our classes and we will write the logic. Okay, so like controller classes, we are going to create service classes, we will create DAO classes, we will create POJOs, entities, models, utility classes like that. Several classes we are going to create in our application. Okay, now we need to compile source code. We need to compile source code. Once our coding is completed, in order to test that code, we need to compile source code. Okay, now after that, we will write unit test cases for our code by using JUnit. Okay, when we implement unit testing for our project by using JUnit, we need to execute. We need to execute JUnit methods. We need to execute JUnit methods also. After completion of this JUnit methods, after completion of this JUnit's execution, if all the JUnit methods are passed, if the test cases are passed, we need to package our project. We need to package our project. If it is a standalone jar file, if it is web application war file, like that we are going to package our application. This is called as build project. Okay, earlier people used to do all these steps manually. Earlier people used to do these steps manually. Okay, now, so to avoid this manual work, people automating that by using build tool. If we use build tool, by using build tool, we can automate all the steps. By using build tools, we can automate all the above steps. Using build tool, we can automate all the above steps. So build tools are used to automate build process of the application. Build tools are used to automate the build process of the application. If you use a build tool, they will take care of creating the project structure for you. They will take care of downloading required jar files for your project, and they will take care of adding the jar files to the project build path. They will take care of compiling the source code. They will take care of executing JUnits. They will take care of packaging your application. Manual work will be avoided by using these build tools. Now, what are the famous build tools available in the project? What are the famous build tools available in the project? So in the market,
Maven,
for
Gradle.
Java
Gradle.
projects, for Java projects, Maven and Gradle
Gradle.
are the famous build tools. For Java projects, Maven and Gradle are the famous build tools. Okay. Now, so today we are going to start with our first build tool is Maven. We are going to start with Maven. So what is this Maven and who provided this Maven? So let's search for that in the Google. What is Maven? Maven.apache.org. So this is the official website of the Maven. Now, if you read this Apache Maven project, so now tell me who provided Maven software for us? Apache
Apache.
organization. Who has given the Maven for us? Apache
Apache.
organization
Apache
has given
organization.
Maven for us. Now, Apache Maven is a software project management and comprehension tool. Based on the concept of a project object model, Maven can manage projects, build, reporting, and documentation from a central piece of information. It is going to manage project build, reporting, and documentation part also. Okay, now Maven begins an attempt to simplify the build process in the Jakarta turbine project. So earlier that Apache organization was doing one project called Jakarta turbine project. Jakarta turbine project. There were several projects, each with their own and build files that were all slightly different. So what happened is, from where actually the notation got started for the Maven is, in that Apache organization, they are developing several projects like project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4. So in that organization, they are developing several projects. Okay, for all the projects, they need to perform the build process, or they no need to perform the build process. For all the projects, they need to perform the build process, or they no need to perform the build process for all the projects.
They
You
need
need
to
to
perform.
They
perform
need
build
to
process.
perform.
Perform the build process for all the projects. Project 1, project 2, project 1, project 2, project 3, and project 4. So assume that like this, there are several projects are getting developed in that Apache organization. Okay, for every project they are doing build, for every project they are doing build process by using ant build files. By using ant build files. Earlier, ant was using as a build tool. For the project one, they have created a build file that is build.xml. Ant build file build.xml. For first project build.xml is there. For second project build.xml is there. For third project build.xml. For fourth project also build.xml. These are called and build files for the project. These are called as files for the project. Now, for every project they are creating and build file, all the build files are slightly different from project to project. The build file configuration is going to change. These files are almost same, but small changes, small changes are available for each build file available in the organization. Okay, now project 1 requires some jar file, project 2 requires a jar, project 3 requires a jar, project 4 also requires jars. Then what they have done is, why we are doing all the projects build files separately. Okay, now there were several projects each with their own build files. They were all slightly different. Jars were checked into CVS. We wanted a standard way to build the projects, a clear definition of what the project consisted of, an easy way to publish project information, and a way to share jars across several projects. The result is a tool that can now be used for building and managing any Java based project. Now, what they thought is, right here, we are having one project. For this project, we are keeping one repository where we are storing jar files. We are having a repository in the CVS. There, we are storing jar files. Okay. Now, similarly, for second project also, do we need the jar files or we don't need the jar files? For second project also, we need the jar files. For third project also, we need the jar files. For fourth project also, we need the jar files. That was the development style that followed in Apache organization earlier. That and also given by Apache only. When we need to develop multiple projects, every project will have its own build file, and every project is maintaining its own repository for storing the jar files required for the project, maintaining its own repository for storing the jars which are required for that project. Okay, all these projects are having their repository to store the jar files. Now, when they are following this process, then Apache organization people got one idea. Why we are writing this much of build configuration for every project? Why we need to maintain separate repositories for all the projects to maintain the jar files? We need one common location where we can store the jars required for multiple projects. We need one standard mechanism to perform build process of the application. That's what the idea that Maven, that's what the idea that Apache organization people got long back. Are you able to understand this? So in order to develop a project, we need to write a build file and we need to download the jars and we need to keep them in the repository required for a project. That is not for one project. For all the projects, they need to do the same thing. When they're doing the same thing for multiple projects, they got an idea. Why don't we provide one common approach for all the projects build process? Why don't we maintain all the jars in one location required for the project? With that idea, Maven tool came into the market. That the idea, whatever the idea that they got, the result of that idea is the Maven tool. The result is a tool that can now be used for building and managing any Java based project. Okay, we hope that we have created something that will make the day-to-day work of the Java developers easier and generally help with the comprehension of any Java based project. They're saying that was earlier we used it to maintain separate build files for every project, separate repository for jar files of every project. Then we wanted a standard way to do build that project. So with that idea, today we are using Maven tool. That Maven tool is going to simplify your day-to-day work as a Java developer. This Maven tool simplified Java project to build process. That is what the information that they're saying. That introduction. Maven is a, it is what, meaning accumulator of a knowledge, that we don't bother about that. Began as an attempt to simplify the build process in the Jakarta turbine project. Initially, this Maven build tool they used in Jakarta turbine project, which is developed in Apache organization. Why they got the idea to provide Maven to the public? There were several projects, each with their own and build files that were all slightly different. Jars were checked into CVS. Then they wanted a standard way to build the projects, a clear definition of what the project consists of, an easy way to publish the project information, and a way to share the jars across the several projects. So they want to provide all these facilities. So with that idea, they released Maven into the market, which is used to simplify build process of Java applications. By using this Maven, so we can reduce day-to-day work that Java developer is doing in the project. Guys, please read this information once. What is Maven? And from where the Maven started? Maven started in the Apache organization as part of Jakarta Turbine project. Early before the Maven, Ant was using later. So they identified some problems with the Ant and they gave the Maven software into the market. Okay, now please read this once. You will understand it's a simple English. Just go through this. If you can see this diagram, you can understand the earlier build process now. So with this Maven, that build process got changed for Java applications. Please go through the text once.
Done, sir.
Done, na? Right. Next one. Maven objectives. What are the main objectives of Maven? Maven primary goal is to allow a developer to comprehend the complete state of development effort in the shortest period of time. The main aim of the Maven goal is to reduce effort for the developer. Okay. In order to attain this goal, Maven deals with several areas of the concern, making the build process easy, providing build process system, providing quality project information, encouraging better development practices. These all are the main objectives of the Maven. They want to simplify build process and they want to provide same build system for all the Java projects. That is, first one is making the build process is easy. Making the build process is easy. Second one, providing a uniform build system. Uniform, nothing but same. So providing a uniform build system for all the Java projects, providing quality project information. We can generate some reports. We can generate some documentation of the project by using this Maven, and encouraging better development practices, best practices that it is going to encourage while we are doing the coding. Making the build process easy. What does that mean? While using Maven does not eliminate the need to know about the underlying mechanisms, Maven does shield developers from many details. Okay, so many things will be taken care by the Maven internally. Automation is provided by the Maven. That's why burden will be reduced on the developers. That's why they are saying making the build process is easy. Providing uniform build system. Maven builds a project using the project object model called POM and a set of plugins. Maven is providing one POM project object model and provided set of plugins. Once you familiarize yourself with one Maven project, you know how all Maven project builds. This saves time when navigating many projects. If you use Maven in one project, then you can use the Maven in any project. Uniform build system. From project to project, build process will not be different. If you familiarize yourself with Maven build system in one project, then you can use that Maven in any project also. You can work with any Maven project because it will follow same build process, uniform build process in all the Maven projects. Okay. Now, so providing quality project information. When you are creating the project by using Maven, it will provide you the information which is really required for you. Maven provides useful project information that is in part taken from your POM and in part generated from your project source. For example, Maven can provide change log created directly from source control, cross-referenced sources, mailing list managed by the project, dependencies used by the project, unit test reports including in coverage. Third-party code analysis products also provide Maven plugins and that add their reports to standard information given by Maven. Maven is going to provide you some quality information. Okay, so what are the reference documents that are used will be available. Mailing list will be available. It will tell you what are the dependencies are using in the project. It is going to generate unit testing reports also for you, and it is going to provide you code coverage reports also. So some quality information is providing by the Maven. Now, providing guidelines for best practices of the development. Maven aims to gather current principles for best practices development and make it easy to guide a project in the direction, keeping the test core in a separate folder but parallelly source tree. So in the project, we are going to write business logic and we are going to write unit testing logic also. But what Maven is saying that, boss, don't combine your business logic and unit testing logic. Keep your business logic in one folder, keep the unit testing logic in one folder. So clearly separate your business logic and unit testing logic. That is one of the best practice that it is providing. Okay, using test case naming conventions to locate and execute the test. When you write your test cases, you follow some naming conventions, then Maven is going to identify your test cases and it is going to execute that. Okay, having test cases set up their environment instead of customizing the build for test preparation. Whenever you do the unit testing, it will maintain a separate environment to test your application. Maven also assists in project workflow such as release and issue management. So lot many things that Maven is providing and so many best practices it is supporting for our development. So these are the main objectives of the Maven. These are the main objectives of the Maven. Okay. Now Maven. Maven is an open source software by Apache organization. Maven is an open source software given by Apache organization. The main aim of the Maven, the main aim of the Maven the main aim of the Maven is to simplify project build process. The main aim of the Maven is to Maven simplify project build process and reduce day-to-day work for the developer. Day-to-day work in project related to build process. Okay, Maven objectives. What are the main objectives of the Maven? Just now we discussed about Maven objectives. What are those? Making the build process easy. Making build process easy. Because this Maven provided several plugins. Those plugins will complete our build process. Developer no need to know all the details what is happening internally. It is abstraction, making the build process easy. And providing uniform build system. Providing uniform build system. Providing uniform build system. What do you mean by providing uniform build system? If you are familiar with Maven in one project, then you can use that Maven in any project also. All the Maven projects will execute in the same way. Providing quality information. Providing quality information. Providing quality project information. That means which is really important. Quality project information. Then encouraging best practices. Encouraging better or best development practices. This is also one of the main objective of the Maven. Encouraging better development practices. Guys, are you able to understand what is this Maven? Apache Maven project. Maven is an open source software given by Apache organization. The main aim of the Maven is to simplify project build process and reduce day-to-day work of the developer in the project related to build process. What are the main objectives of the Maven? So there are 4 main objectives of the Maven. Making build process is easy, providing uniform build system, providing quality project information, encouraging better development practices. These are the main objectives of the Maven. Okay, Maven is a site, not documentation. What is Maven not? Okay, Maven extend and to let you download the dependencies. Maven is a set of reusable and scriptlets. So people may have some wrong information about the Maven. Maven is a site and documentation tool. You might have heard some of the following things about the Maven. You may hear that Maven is a site and Maven is a documentation tool. That is wrong. So you may have heard about, you may think that before Maven, Ant is available. Ant also given by Apache, Maven also given by Apache. So you may think that Maven is extending the ant to download the dependencies. That is also not true. That is also not true. Maven is a set of reusable ant scripts. So people may think that Maven is reusing ant. Maven is reusing ant. That is also wrong. That is also wrong. Maven is not a site. Maven is not extending the ant. Maven is not reusing the ant. So while Maven does the things, you can read above in the what is Maven section. These are not the only features Maven has, and its objectives are quite different. What is Maven not? It is not a site and documentation tool. It is not extending the ant. It is not reusing the ant scripts. Okay, so Maven is a separate project that is developed by Apache organization to simplify application build process. So there is no relation between ant and Maven. Before Maven, ant was there, but Maven is a new project that developed by Apache organization to simplify Java projects build process. To simplify Java projects build process. Guys, now are you understanding what is this Maven and what is not in the Maven? Please confirm. Are you able to follow this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to follow this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Can anybody tell me what is Maven now? Can anybody tell me what is Maven now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. What
Maven
is
is an
Maven?
open source software given by Apache organization.
Okay.
By using Maven, we do not have to download the jar file which is required for the project.
Okay.
Maven automatically compile the source code.
Okay. Maven is an open source software given by Apache organization. And
It
why
is a
Apache,
build tool.
when the ant is available, why Apache people developed this Maven software?
Because we have to
On and
build
the
process
required
from
dependencies are just pushed into the CSV. But on the Maven, they are just using the central repository.
So when we are using and for project build process, for every project we need to have a build file.
build process.
For every project we need to have a build file, and for every project we need to maintain a repository for the jars. Now they got a doubt. When multiple, now suppose in the first project I am using Spring, I am using project one based on Spring. Second project I am using Spring. Third project also I am using Spring. Okay, I'm developing these projects by using Spring. So now for all these projects, do I need to use the Spring jar files or not? For all these projects, I need to use
Yes,
the
sir.
Spring jar files or not? Okay. Now, in the same company, we are developing three different projects. All the projects are based on the Spring. Why to keep Spring jar files in three different locations? Yes or no? Same Spring jars I need to use in the project one, in the project two, and in the project three. When the same projects, when the multiple projects are using the same jar files, why we need to maintain them in the different locations? Okay, why can't we keep all these jars in one location? Why can't we keep all the jars in one location? Why can't we reuse the jar files in multiple projects? That's where the notation started for Maven project in the Apache organization. today that industry is using extensively for Java projects build process. Got it? Fine. Now, what are the main objectives of the Maven? What are the main objectives of the Maven?
Making build process easy.
Making build process easy, providing
Providing
uniform build system, providing
quality
quality project information, encouraging better development practices. Now, so can you please tell me how the build process is easy? Set of plugins. Set of plugins are available. With the help of these plugins, Maven is doing the build process. Developers no need to do much about the build process. Maven will take care of that. So our life becoming simple. Our work is getting reduced because of the plugins that are provided by the Maven. What is uniform build system? Same build process for all the projects. Same build process for all projects. So, sir, today I used Maven for one project. Tomorrow I want to use Maven another project. Do I need to learn the Maven again? Not required. If you know how to use Maven in one project, you can easily use that in any project. Providing quality project information, some reports, dependencies details, dependency details, which are really required, will be provided by the Maven. Encouraging better development practices. Okay, keeping source code separately and keeping dot class files separately, keeping business classes separately, test classes separately, business class properties, test class properties separately. Like that, it is encouraging better development process, better development practices, clear separation of components. Clear separation of components it is going to tell us. It is going to maintain the components separately for business logic as well as for unit testing. So that's why we are saying it is encouraging better development practices. Good. So with this, are you guys clear with introduction part of the Maven? What is this Maven? Who provided this Maven? And what are the main aim goals of the Maven?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
right.
sir.
Now we need to download the Maven. We need to download the Maven. Okay. So the current version of the Maven is Apache Maven 3.6.3. The current version of the Apache Maven is 3.6.3. So here we no need to install this like a executable file. We just need to download this Maven. We are going to get this as a zip file. We are going to get this as a zip file. So you see here Apache 3.6.3 zip file is available. Binary zip archive. Binary zip archive, the second one. This is for Linux operating system. Okay, the previous release is also available for that. Link is there, not Linux. Link is there. Binary zip archive is available. I am just clicking on the second link. Apache Maven 3.6.3 bin. Apache Maven 3.6.3 bin. Now that Maven zip is getting downloaded. Maven zip is getting downloaded. We need to extract that. So give me 1 second. It is getting downloaded. Meanwhile, you can also download in your system and you can set up. So guys, do this setup parallelly along with me. I gave the link. Please access that link. I gave the link in the chat box. Please access that link and download it. Please access that link and download that.
So, sir, it does not ask for which operating system you have to select.
Sorry?
It does not ask for the operating system
Yeah,
selection.
no, it is not asking, sir. You can directly click on that zip.
Okay.
You can directly click on that zip.
Sir, it is supported in Windows 7.
Yes, sir, will support.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Done now?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Do one thing. Apache Maven. Now, here guys, observe, I'm extracting this chip. I'm extracting this zip file. Okay, now we got this Apache Maven. So extract this and see here. Can you see the bin folder? Can you see the bin folder for that Maven?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, here we need to set Maven home, and we need to set path for the Maven. We need to set Maven home, and we need to set path for the Maven. Now, go to environment variables. Go to environment variables, advanced system. First see here, later I will give time for you set up that, to set up that. First observe in my system. Here I'm going for environment variables, advanced. You have already experimented this with Java path, right? You already set the path for Java. Advanced system settings, go to environment variables. Here we have user variables and system variables. Go for system variables. First guys, all of you check Java home in your system. All of you check Java home is available in your system. So where the Java is installed, the path we need to give up to JDK, not up to the bin. Path means up to the bin. Java home means up to JDK. So you see in my system, I have Java home up to JDK. I have the Java home up to. Now, similarly, what I have done is, whatever the Maven we have downloaded, I have copied that Maven folder into C directory. Apache Maven. You can keep that in any location, that's not a problem. But I copied that into my C directory. Then I have taken up to this, not bin guys, only C Apache Maven folder. I have added that to Maven home. You see the Maven home here. You need to have the Java home and you need to have the Maven home also. So if you don't have these two, please add these two to your environment variables under system variables section. Java home up to JDK, Maven home up to Maven folder. Don't give up to bin folder. Please do these two things.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I will wait for 2 minutes. Please do it parallelly. Guys, please add the Java home and Maven home to your environment variables. You can also copy that Maven folder to your C directory. You can keep it. Don't delete that. If you keep it in the downloads, sometimes you may delete that, so it will not work. So that's why I copied that from downloads to C directory and I configured Maven home as well as Java home.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes.
I keep my Java JDK software in user variables, sir. Is it okay?
Fine, no problem.
No problem.
Why you
In
installed
the,
that?
actually, I seen some YouTube channel, that is why.
Okay, no problem.
No
Yeah.
problem.
you
In
just-
there only I have to say, keep this Maven home also, sir.
Yes, you can keep anywhere, no, your wish.
System variables also can keep that.
Okay. Have you done this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once Maven home and Java home is completed, go to path. Go to path. Edit it. Go to path and edit it. Go to path and edit it. In path, you need to make sure Java path available and Maven path is available. You see here, path means we will give up to JDK bin folder and Maven path means up to Maven bin folder. Maven bin folder. JDK Java path up to JDK bin folder. Java home means up to JDK. Maven home means up to Maven folder. Path means up to bin folder. Java path and Maven path. Maven path is also up to bin folder. Maven path also up to bin folder.
For running Maven, Java is mandatory.
Yes, sir. Maven is a Java software. Java is mandatory for that.
Sir, in case if it's not shows in the path, then what we have to do?
You add it. You click on new and you add it.
So add separately, right?
Yes. If it is not showing, you add it.
Okay.
If it is not showing, you add it, sir.
Sure. Done, sir.
Very good. Now close it. Once it is done, close it. Open command prompt. Open command prompt. mvn version. Open command prompt. mvn version. mvn space version. It should display Maven home and Java version for you. Apache Maven. In my system, 3.6.0 is available. in your system, the latest version it is going to display which you have added. Open command prompt, search and check Maven is installed successfully or not. So here I have given MVN space version in the command prompt. So I'm able to get this Maven home details and Java version details. That means Maven setup is completed in my system. Maven setup is completed in my system.
सर आप श्वेता को जानते हो सर? उसने स्टोरी आधी बताई सर।
Sorry?
सर श्वेता ने आधी स्टोरी बताई, आप पूरी बता सकते हो?
I don't understand, man. Why are you disturbing this class? Who are you, man? If you're not interested, please leave this. Don't disturb others. They are interested to learn. Guys, all of you completed the setup. Is it working for you?
Yes, sir.
No sir, it is not
repeat
working for me sir.
class path. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you repeat the class path? How to set class path?
How to set the class path?
Click Alt plus F4, then it will flashback.
Right click on this PC, properties, advanced system settings,
Okay.
environment
Sir,
variables.
you don't know anything. Click on Alt plus F4.
Okay, next go to path,
Yes.
click on edit. If you already have the Java,
Sir,
check.
go to path or path. Path
Doing
is
that.
very dirty thing.
Okay, now, so see here, go to environment variables, check this, Java home is available or not, and Maven home is available or not. Java home I am giving up to JDK, Maven home I am giving up to Apache Maven folder. After this, go to path, edit this, you check it, already path is available or not for Maven and Java. If it is not available, you need to add it. Here, path we are going to add up to bin. C program files, Java, JDK, I'm giving up to bin. Maven path, I'm giving up to bin folder. These two things you need to add, man. In order to work with Maven in our system, you should add the path and Maven home. So Java path up to JDK bin folder, Maven path up to Maven bin folder. Good. Once it is done, close it. Okay. Cancel. Done. Now open command prompt, type mvn space -version, enter. If you are able to get options like this, if you are able to see this information, Maven home and Java versions and all, that means Maven is working in your system. Maven is working in your system. So we are good to start with Maven. Maven setup is completed. Maven setup is completed. All right. Guys, some idiots are disturbing our session wantedly. I don't understand why. Fine, guys. Some unwanted and people are joining, trying to disturb the session. Okay, so please complete your enrollment, and from Monday I will share the new Zoom link to your email. Who are enrolled, please complete your enrollment. And tomorrow 6 o'clock we have a demo for the data structures with algorithms using Java. Please attend for that. Please attend for that. 6 p.m. Zoom links are available on our website. Fine, guys. So I hope all of you done with Maven setup. So in the Monday session, we are going to start creating the projects by using Maven. All right. Fine, guys. Thank you. We'll continue on Monday. So I will share the new Zoom link to your email who are enrolled. The people who are not enrolled, please complete your enrollment. If you have any doubts, send me a WhatsApp message to this number. I will tell you the process. Thank you, guys. We'll continue on Monday.